Today is July 10, the previous conference of 1 QRF with contract ID number 26BJ0073. And before we start, may I ask everyone to stand for us.
Heavenly Father, we come before you today with grateful hearts, thanking you for the gift of this time together. We ask for your guidance as we gather to discuss, plan, and make decisions. Fill our minds with wisdom and understanding, and our hearts with patience and compassion for one another. Help us to speak with clarity, listen with open minds, and work together in unity. May our efforts today be pleasing to you and bear fruit that honors you. Bless this conference, Lord, and may your will be done in all that we do. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Good morning. May I ask the Secretariat to present the term of invitation to our visa observers.
Thank you, Mr. Our invited visa observer for today Procurement activity is Sir Mark Cyrus Talilan, State Auditor. A letter was sent last July 3, 2026 and received July 6, 2026. Our second observer for today is Chairperson of Concerned Citizens of Tabra for Good Governance, Sir Pura Selangit. The letter through Gmail was sent last July 3, 2026 at 12:07 p.m. Our last observer for today is the President of Philippine Contractors Association, Maurice Agoncillo. The email was sent last July 3, 2026 at 12:02 p.m. That's all we should do for our office.
Thank you, Sir Secretariat. I hope you are watching us from our live stream. Once again, we have raised important confirmation of our attendance and the 30 PPM of the room.
Thank you, Mr. Rodriguez. Let's now at the order of attendance. Corridor numbers. Engineer Malaysia Tunggali Junior, Care Actor. Engineer Herbert M. Abudelo, regular member. Engineer Noel Piwador Junior, regular member. Engineer Lorna B. Baru, regular member. Engineer Anton Vicky Sumani, for archives. Engineer R.J. B. Kumarlal, provisional member for construction project. Engineer Paul Bambang-Kasibu-Solano, for maintenance project. Contract Secretariat. Engineer Roderick M. Puro, and Engineer Shirley Goyingina, member. Sir Bambang-Kasibu-Solano, member. Yours truly, from Tahon, and Sir Joel D.C. member. Our top DPWH members. I have Engineer Jan Regina, Engineer Edison Sibatilio, Ma'am Jonay Marasi, and Sir Engineer Jessica Pinagua. That's all considered for our attendance. So majority of our staff members is present.
Thank you, sir. Since we have a quorum, I now hereby declare this private conference officially in order for contract ID 26PK0070. And for our agenda, we have number one, basic contract data. Number two, the questions, comments from readers and replies of back and other representatives of the procurement entity. Number three is the requirements of the bidding documents. Number four, the documents to be submitted by the reader, including technical and financial proposal. Number five, we have the proposal of the amendments. Number six, the criteria and procedure for the preliminary examination of the bids, detailed evaluation of bids, post qualification and award. Number seven, the other matters, announcements. And number eight, the last one is the summary proceedings, including bid bulletins to be issued. And to continue for our first agenda, we have Engineer Jem Crisostomo to discuss.
Good morning, everyone. I will presenting the contract ID number 26BJ007. URL, the rehabilitation of disaster-related and other facilities. This is a quick response project of the Rehabilitation and Reconstruction of disaster-related facilities in Dupax, Norte, and Neva Vizcaya. This project covers 6 rehabilitation sites with a total project length of 209.3 million. And the approved budget of the contract is 22,310,034.7. With a contract duration of 466 days. The work includes road rehabilitation, slope protection, curb wall, stone masonry, box culvert, and road safety devices. It shows the location of the project site where rehabilitation works being implemented. Site B. Site B. Lamo, Dupax, Site C, Bitnog, Dupax, Site D, Aritao-Quirino. Site E, Kasibu-Solano. Site F, also in Kasibu-Solano. This slide presents the standard single curriculum details of the project. This slide shows the standard section to be followed in construction. Next. These are the standard documents and to be used in project implementation. As per DEO 158 series of 2016. That's all I think.
Thank you, Surgeon. May I ask the Secretariat if there are any questions or comments from our viewers?
None, Mr. Chair.
There being none, let's now proceed to agenda number 3, the requirements of bidding documents, which will be presented to us by our Secretary.
Instruction to bidder clause 1.1 as discussed by Engineer Jan H.P. Crisostomo, 6 cluster project of contract ID number 26BJ007. IP clause 2, funding of source. The GOP through for the funding indicated below is carried 2026 in the amount of 22,320,682 pesos. With activity clause 12.4 with ABC of 22,320,682.8. IP clause number 5.2, being restricted to legal bidders as defined at IP clause 5.2. IP 5.3, minimum practical license for contracts is as follows. A. Size range, small b. B. License category, C and D. C. Allowable range of contract up to 30 million. Department Order number 110 of 2024, implementing of ISO 901 215 certification of cards A, B2B, and BBC. Contractors in the procurement of infrastructure project of the department. Under IP, number 5.4, contracts similar contracts shall be those as follows. Major material works. Road construction, school protection using structural measurement, revetment, retaining structures, rock netting, concrete cream, shotcrete, MST wall, beyond riprap and masonry. Under activity 8.1 and 8.4, subcontracting is not allowed. And 8.1H, in compliance section 82 of the rules and regulations, and this all prospective dealers shall complete the following additional documents. The latest information sheet, BIS, and beneficial ownership information to be received by the Securities Exchange Division for Corporation Partnership, Private Sector Organization, Foundations. This requirement is aligned with Williams Advisory number 2025-007, which requires a entities with existing platinum membership to update their eligibility documents by submitting their latest CIS update to the enrollment of the babies. Official Electoral Registry, pursuant to section 20.2.9.1 of the RA number 12 of order. The key personnel under IPP clause 12.1H2, the project manager, project engineer with general experience of 3 years, relevant experience of 3 years, must be at least deployed to critical commission project, 10 contracts related within the same region, or simultaneous assignment, each must be not more than 100 million, but with a grade cost of not more than 500 million, as per section 3 of the 0169 series of 2025. And for the materials engineer, at least 3 years for the minimum general experience and relevant experience, and must be at least individually secretariat material and materials. And for the foreman, at least minimum 3 years general experience and relevant experience. And for 12.1H3, the minimum major equipment requirements are as follows. For the equipment, Excavator machines required one. Backhoe HD 320.8 cubic meter per 1,000 cubic yard, 100 horsepower, 28 cubic meter minimum capacity, and the required number of units is 2. Bartender 25 mm bars diameter 3 inch, required number 1. Bartender 45 mm bars diameter 43 inch, required 1 unit. Cargo service transport models 910 metric tons, 200 horsepower, 910 metric tons, minimum capacity, carrying with the required number of 2 units. Concrete batch plant, 1 unit. Cargo service transport models 910 metric tons, 200 horsepower, 910 metric tons, 2 units required. Concrete batch plant, 1 unit. Concrete zone, 14 meters street, diameter with 4 to 3 depth, 7.1 horsepower, capacity of 7.5 horsepower, 1 unit. Concrete spreader, Water truss street, 5.5 horsepower, 5.5 horsepower capacity with 1 unit required. Excavator flexible shaft, type 2 head, diameter with 5 amperes. Capacity of 5 amperes, required units 1. Contractor models, 20 cubic yard, 119 horsepower. Minimum capacity, 12 cubic yard. Required number 2. Drawing cylinder machine, gas diesel, driven hot force, spray nozzle, 1 unit. Milling machine, 1 unit. Motorized grader, diesel 1,700 parcel hour, 163 horsepower capacity. Number of units required 1. 1 bagger mixer, 4 to 6 capacity, 1 unit. Scale LS 18, 20 plus 1.5 cubic meter barrier, 1.5 cubic yard, 110 horsepower, 1.5 cubic meter capacity with 1 unit required. State compactor, 400 to 500 gasoline engine, 5 horsepower of capacity with 1 unit required. Transmission, all models 5 unit feet, minimum of 175 horsepower capacity, we require 1 unit. Laboratory roller, SD100 DC, 10 metric tons, 125 horsepower capacity with 1 unit required. Water trucks, pumps, all mix 16,000 liters, 360 horsepower capacity with 1 unit required. And the laboratory equipment, these are the DEO 11 series of pencil in material testing equipment. For ITV 14.1, the prices shall be compared to 50 pesos. Under ITV 15.1, these will be valued for 125 degrees from mobility. Under 16.1, the bid specification should be securing declaration or to send at least 2 from any of the following. The amount of 2% of ABC if bid is in cash. The amount of 2% ABC if security is in National Bank. The amount of not less than 2% ABC if security is managed check. The amount of 5%, less than 5% of ABCD security is bankrupt. The amount of less than 5% of ABCD security is guaranteed. The amount not less than 5% of ABC if irrevocable letter of credit. And number 7, the amount not less than 5% of ABC should fund. Under 16.2, the bid security shall be valid until not exceeding another 20 calendar days from the date of the notice. Under 25.3A, the award criteria shall be determined as follows. For LCD, the data evaluation potential component of bids to establish correct calculate prices of the bids. The routing of total bid prices as total related from the lowest highest where the bid with lowest effective price shall be identified as the lowest unrelated. 25.5A, partial bid is not allowed. Infrastructure package in a single lot shall not be divided into lots from top of the evaluation contract awards. 25.5B, bid correction is not allowed. Under 30.3, the performance of security shall be in the form of 1, the amount of not less than 30% of the contract price performed security is certified. And for the prospective bidders, please refer our IPP clause for our official website of the DPWH Nueva Vizcaya.
Thank you, sir. And for our agenda number 4, it will be presented to a video presentation.
Checklist of technical and financial documents for civil works. 1. Technical component envelope. Class of documents. 1. Legal documents. A. Valid PhilJets registration certificate, platinum membership, all pages, in accordance with section 20.2.9.1 of the IRR-RA number 12,009. 2. Technical documents. B. Statement of the prospective bidder of all its ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started, if any, whether similar or not similar in nature and complexity to the contract to be bid, and C. Statement of the bidder's single largest completed contract, SLCC, similar to the contract to be bid, except under conditions provided under the rules, and D. Special PCAB license in case of joint ventures and registration for the type and cost of the contract to be bid, and E. Original copy of bid security. If in the form of a surety bond, submit also a certification issued by the Insurance Commission or original copy of the notarized bid security declaration, and F. Project requirements, which shall include the following. A. Organizational chart for the contract to be bid. B. List of contractors' key personnel, e.g. project manager, project engineers, materials engineers, and foremen to be assigned to the contract to be bid with their complete qualification and experience data. C. List of contractors' major equipment units, which are owned, leased, and or under purchase agreements, supported by proof of ownership or certification of availability of equipment from the equipment lessor vendor for the duration of the project, as the case may be, and G. Original duly signed omnibus sworn statement or OSSN. H. If applicable, original notarized secretary's certificate and latest general information sheet or GIS reflecting the beneficial ownership information or BOI, duly received by the Securities and Exchange Commission in case of a corporation, partnership, or cooperative, and I. If applicable, original special power of attorney of all members of the joint venture, giving full power and authority to its officer to sign the OSS and do acts to represent the bidder, and J. If applicable, ISO 9001:2015 certification requirement for large A, medium B, and medium contractors in the procurement of infrastructure projects. 3. Financial documents. K. The prospective bidder's computation of net financial contracting capacity, NFCC. Class B documents. L. If applicable, duly signed joint venture agreement or JVA in accordance with RA number 4566 and its IRR in case the joint venture is already in existence, or duly notarized statements from all the potential joint venture partners stating that they will enter into and abide by the provisions of the JVA in the instance that the bid is successful. 2. Financial component, envelope M, original of duly signed and accomplished financial bid form, and other documentary requirements under RA number 12009N, original of duly signed bid prices in the bill of quantities, and O. Duly accomplished detailed estimates form, including a summary sheet indicating the unit prices of construction materials, labor rates, and equipment rentals used in coming up with the bid, and P. Cash flow by quarter. That is all for the checklist of technical and financial documents for civil works to be submitted by the bidder. Thank you everyone for listening.
Okay. That's for our agenda number 5 and number 4. Since we have no questions or comments from our viewers and our prospective bidders, therefore there are no proposed amendments. Now we proceed to our agenda number 6. Ma'am, kindly play the video.
Bid evaluation for the procurement of goods and infrastructure projects. In accordance with Section 61 of the IRR of Republic Act Number 12009. Section 61.1. Members of the BAC, its staff and personnel, Secretariat, and TWG, as well as observers, are prohibited from making or accepting any communication with any bidder regarding the evaluation of their bids until the issuance of the notice of award. However, the BAC, through its Secretariat, may ask the bidder in writing for clarification of its bid. All responses to requests for clarification shall be in writing. Section 61.2. For the procurement of goods and infrastructure projects, the BAC shall evaluate the financial component of the bids to determine the lowest calculated bid or LCB using the following steps. Section 61.2.1. The BAC shall immediately conduct a detailed evaluation of all bids using non-discretionary criteria in considering the following. A. Completeness of the bid. Unless the instructions to bidders specifically allow partial bids, bids not addressing or providing all of the required items in the bidding documents, including, where applicable, bill of quantities, shall be considered non-responsive and, thus, automatically disqualified. However, when no price or a zero or a dash is indicated in a required item in the bid form, the same shall be construed that it is being offered for free to the government, except those required by law or regulations to be provided for, and B. Arithmetical corrections. The BAC shall consider computational errors and omissions to enable proper comparison of all eligible bids. It may also consider bid modifications if expressly allowed in the bidding documents. Any adjustment shall be calculated in monetary terms to determine the calculated prices. Section 61.2.2. The BAC shall evaluate all bids on an equal footing to ensure fair and competitive bid comparison. For this purpose, all bidders shall be required to include the cost of all taxes, such as, but not limited to, value-added tax, income tax, local taxes, and other fiscal levies and duties, if applicable, which shall be itemized in the bid form and reflected in the detailed estimates. Such bids, including said taxes, shall be the basis for the bid evaluation and comparison. Section 61.2.3. In case of discrepancies between 1. Bid prices in figures and in words, the latter shall prevail. 2. Total price per item and unit price for the item as extended or multiplied by the quantity of that item, the latter shall prevail. 3. Stated total price and the actual sum of prices of component items, the latter shall prevail. 4. Unit cost in the detailed estimate and unit cost in the bill of quantities, the latter shall prevail. And 5. Amount and price schedule and in the bid form, the latter shall prevail. Section 61.2.4. Bids shall then be ranked in the ascending order of their total calculated bid prices, as evaluated and corrected for computational errors and other bid modifications, to identify the LCB. Total calculated bid prices, as evaluated and corrected for computational errors and other bid modifications, which exceed the ABC shall be disqualified. Section 61.2.5. The entire evaluation process for the procurement of goods and infrastructure projects using LCD as criteria shall be completed 1/21 within 7 calendar days from the deadline for receipt of proposals. Post-qualification, objective and process of post-qualification. In accordance with Section 63 of the IRR of RA number 12,009. Section 63.1. The bidder with the LCB, MAP, or the MEAD, in the case of goods and infrastructure projects, or the HRB, in the case of consulting services, shall undergo post-qualification to determine whether the bidder concerned complies with and is responsive to all the requirements and conditions as specified in the bidding documents. Section 63.2. Within 5 calendar days from receipt by the bidder of the notice from the bank that the bidder has the LCB, MEAD, MAP, or HRB, the bidder shall submit all the eligibility documents supporting its PhilJet certificate of registration, platinum membership, its latest income and business tax returns filed for the preceding quarter, which should not be earlier than 2 quarters from the date of submission and receipt of bid, and other appropriate licenses and permits required by law and stated in the bidding documents. Failure to submit any of the post-qualification requirements on time, or a finding against the veracity thereof, shall disqualify the bidder for award, provided that in the event that a finding against the veracity of any of the documents submitted is made, it shall cause the forfeiture of the bid security in accordance with Article 21 of the Act and this IRR. Section 63.3. During post-qualification, the BAC shall verify and validate the veracity, authenticity, and validity of all the eligibility documents supporting the PhilJet certificate of registration, platinum membership, and all the other statements made, and documents submitted by the bidder with the LCB, MEAB, MAP, or HRB, using non-discretionary criteria, as stated in the bidding documents. These criteria shall consider, but shall not be limited to the following. A. Legal requirements. To verify, validate, and ascertain licenses, certificates, permits, and agreements submitted by the bidder, and the fact that it is not included in any blacklist, as provided in Section 54 of this IRR. For this purpose, the GPPB shall maintain a portal which contains the consolidated file of all blacklisted suppliers, contractors, and consultants. B. Technical requirements. To verify and validate the bidder's stated compliance with the requirements specified in the bidding documents. C. Financial requirements. To verify and validate the bid price proposal of the bidder and, whenever applicable, the required committed line of credit in the amount specified and over the period stipulated in the bidding documents, or the bidder's NFCC to ensure that the bidder can sustain the operating cash flow of the transaction. Section 63.4. If the BAC determines that the bidder with the LCB, MEAB, MAP, or HRB passes all the criteria for post-qualification, it shall declare the said bid as the LCRB, MEARB, or MARB, in the case of goods and infrastructure projects, or the HRRB, in the case of consulting services, and recommend to the HOPE the award of contract to the said bidder at its submitted bid price or its calculated bid price, whichever is lower, or, in the case of quality-based evaluation procedure, submitted bid price or its negotiated price, whichever is lower. Section 66. Notice and execution of award. Section 66.1. The BAC shall recommend to the HOPE the award of contract to the bidder with the LCRB, MEARB, MARB, HRRB, SCRB, SBARB, SARB, or SRRB, as the case may be, after the post-qualification process has been completed. And that is all from the detailed bid evaluation until execution of award. Thank you everyone for listening. Bid evaluation.
That ends our agenda number 6. And for our agenda number 7, may I ask the Mr. Secretariat to announce any relevant announcements.
Thank you, Mr. Vice Secretary. Our announcement and reminders, opening on July 14, 2026 at 9:30. We all civil works and consultancy projects. The civil works is with contract ID 26 13 26 DA 00 16 to 69. and one consultancy with contract ID number 25 CSPJ0. And on July 15, credit conference of 26 PJ008 and 9, 11 and 12, 11 and 12, 15, 21 and 22. With opinion of it on July 28. On July 21, opinion of civil works with contract ID number 36 PJ0023, 27, 48, 52, 56 to 29. On July 22, opening of bid of the contract ID number 36 PJ0070. That's all.
Thank you, sir. Fellow board members, do you have any announcements? There being none, therefore, for our agenda number 8, since under agenda number 2, there were no questions raised, and under agenda number 5, there are no proposed amendments. The provisions as stated in the meeting documents as posted in the Philippines and DPWH website are hereby sustained. If there are no further matters to be discussed, may I now entertain a motion for the adjournment of this preliminary conference.
Mr. Chair, we will call adjournment of this opinion meeting.
Any second to the motion? It has been properly moved and seconded that this preliminary conference be adjourned. Are there any objections? Hearing none, the motion is hereby approved. This preliminary conference is hereby adjourned. Thank you again for your participation and cooperation.